Icon of the Seas is coming this January 2024. Today we're going to be discussing features, neighborhoods, and much more. Welcome to Tuesday Travel Chat. I'm your host, Julia. We also have Bob Cook, both from Go Travel today, and our special guests from Royal Caribbean. We have Joanne Cotterman and Mary Lynch. Thank you guys for being here today.
Hi, it's great to be here.
We're really excited to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. So before we get into it, what are some of the highlights? What are we going to learn really mostly about today, Joanne?
Oh, wow. Hold on to your seats because we have some iconic wows to share with you. We have thrills and chills and so much more. Right, Mary?
Absolutely. And for those of you that have been on Royal Caribbean, this is a game-changing ship. It's unlike, in many ways, our other ships. And that's what we're going to share today, some of the new features and designs.
That's awesome. Bob, I know that you're super excited about the ship coming. What really makes you excited?
What makes me excited is just seeing the constant advancement, literally from going back from the Sovereign of the Seas in the 90s to where you're going to be in 2024. It's spectacular. You've been the leaders in design and excitement in the cruise industry, and this is just going to be more icing on the cake for you.
Well, let's give a little bit of a taste with this quick video. Okay, fantastic. I can't wait. Joanne, let's hear more. Talk to us about Icon.
I think it's best to start with what does the ship look like from the outside before we even step on board. You are going to be wowed. You know, this ship is similar to an Oasis class ship. But there are some things that really make her stand out, such as she's 2 stories higher than what an Oasis class ship is. So 20 decks in total. The size of the ship is 250,000 tons in size. We're carrying a few more guests on board. We have in total capacity over 7,000 guests.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's going to be really amazing. But wait, there's so much more to share with you. As you know, an Oasis class ship is built on 7 distinct neighborhoods. We still have 8 distinct neighborhoods, but we have redesigned and renamed these neighborhoods. So really excited to share.
If you've already been on some of these other Oasis class ships, now suddenly you're going to have to learn a whole new set of neighborhoods. So you keep us guessing every step of the way.
So let's just start by breaking it down into the thrills, the chills, the wows, and the iconic stays. So let's go into what the chill is all about. So on board the ship, we have 7 different pools throughout 5 different decks.
Wow.
There's a different pool for every day of the week.
Wow.
Take a look at this.
That was really spectacular.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to be fighting over a pool anymore, Bob.
Yeah.
No.
We can go to different pools and never see each other if we want.
Say there's a pool, there's 7 pools, and there's a pool for every day of the week. And then there are some pools that are really designed for adults, and some that really appeal to our littlest cruisers, and then some pools that have a real sort of South Beach hip vibe to it for those that like a live DJ and experience that.
So after all the big partying, Bob, Then the next day you can go to the
I
chill
can go to
pool.
the chill pool.
Mhm.
And in the afternoon you can get,
Yes.
restart again
Yeah.
at the
Yes, and
more
just start
exciting
over
pool.
at
more
the more
exciting
exciting
party
pool.
pools.
And then fall asleep at 7:30.
We have pools that are suspended 65 feet in the air. That is in our Hideaway Bay
Oh.
neighborhood. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It's at the very back of the ship
Mhm.
with this gorgeous infinity view of the ocean. So one of the concepts of the ship is to bring the ocean views and experience on board the ship because hey, we're on a ship and we're at sea. So we should enjoy the beautiful views of what the ocean or the sea has to
Mhm.
offer.
That is so unique
Mhm.
for sure.
Is that going to have a clear bottom on the pool that hangs over?
Well, I hope
don't-
not.
That's for the next ship, maybe. But the sides of the pool
Sides of the
are
pool,
glass,
okay.
so it gives you
That
the experience
yeah.
of thinking you're just going right out to
Mhm.
the ocean. Yes.
I know because Wonder of the Seas, we had those clear
Yes.
Yes.
So
uh,
jacuzzis.
the
have
jacuzzis
glass.
where you always have to, what do I look like?
Yeah.
I was thinking of there's a hotel in London that has the pool that's suspended 14 stories over the street
Mhm.
with a glass bottom.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
So that's
crazy.
so
Well,
maybe that's
you
gonna
know,
maybe
we'll-
next year.
We'll
next
suggest
time.
it for the next one.
Oh,
I'm not
Good
going
idea.
in it, but yeah.
okay, cool.
Well, let's look at some of the other
Okay.
pools that we have to offer. There's 4 pools just in the Chill Island
Okay.
area. And one of these pools actually is the Royal Bay, 40,000 gallons of water in this pool alone.
Oh my gosh.
We also are going to introduce the very first ever frozen bar up on the deck, which is by the lime and the
Oh, wow.
coconut, which is a lot of many people's
Yes.
favorites.
As Rosie says, the lime and the coconut.
So,
She
you like
sings that every
frozen
time, yeah.
rosé or frozen margaritas?
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
where you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have not heard of a frozen bar being on the outside of it. So you're going to be the first to have an outside
First
frozen bar.
ever.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like the sprinkles ice cream for the kids, and then the adults will be lined up for the
Adults
frozen.
lime and the coconut.
I'm sure there'll be non-alcoholic versions. of this, yes.
Also on the Chill Island, we have the Cove Pool. You can see here
Mhm.
in the video again, bringing in that open view. So inviting the ocean views into to the guest experience while they're enjoying their chill
Yeah.
day. Here's that Royal Bay pool, but check out the margarita jacuzzi.
Oh, this is
cool?
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Lots
I
of
love-
seating and lots
yeah.
of loungers available for all guests as well.
I was just say I love the when you see the picture of the jacuzzis, there's a little bit of shade.
Yes.
And I think, that's important too for you want to spend more time out there in the shade.
And you even have the palm tree,
Mhm.
the I don't know what it's made of,
Like
but
metal palm
the metal
trees.
palm
Yeah,
tree even
yeah.
providing
Mhm.
the shade for
Yes.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this is the swim in the Tonic. This will be a happening place for our guests with the live or the DJ and the swim up bar. You know what audience will be
Wow, kind of like at Coco K
a lot like
with the-
OJ with the
Yes.
Over the water cabanas.
in pool DJ.
yeah at the
Mhm.
Oasis
At the
Lagoon
Oasis
pool
Lagoon,
with the
yeah.
swim up bar, bringing that same concept on board the ship.
That's awesome.
And for, of course, our adult experience, we have Cloud 17. So this is in our adult only area, like the solarium, where we have cantilever jacuzzis as well.
Yeah.
Again, you can see this beautiful view of the ocean and the glass walls so that guests are enjoying the ocean experience as well.
So wait, Joanne, all of these are open to anyone. This isn't because I know that there's the sweet neighborhoods.
These are
from
not
previous-
the sweet neighborhood pools.
These are all of these
Yes.
cool these 7 pools 7 days of the
Yes.
week are
Yes.
open to anybody.
All
the
guests
pool
on
that's
board.
in the sweet neighborhood is not even featured in here, right? It's just in the sweet neighborhood.
We have the Grove pool,
Yeah.
which is
That's in the
part
sweet
of
neighborhood.
The sweet neighborhood, which will be exclusive to just the sweet guests.
So
All of
that's
these other
on
pools
top.
That's
are
basically the
just
8th
for-
pool, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
very
Mhm.
very cool. I love that
Yes.
all of
Yes.
these.
That's why it's
Mhm.
everybody can experience these 7 pools.
very cool.
Yeah.
Moving on to yet another neighborhood
Okay.
is the Hideaway neighborhood. Now, this is a 2-story neighborhood, and this is where we were talking about that pool that's suspended 65 feet in the air.
Mhm.
It's all the way in the back of the ship,
Mhm.
and this is not adult or exclusive.
Okay.
But we do see that most of the adults will probably navigate to this area. So
Sure.
it could be looked at as an adult only area for our guests,
So-
but it has a 180-degree view
Wow.
of the ocean. Again,
Oh.
ocean.
And a DJ.
And the DJ.
And look at that view. It's just
It's
For
stunning.
spectacular.
Point of reference for those of us who are still going to compare the Icon to the Oasis class. This is where the Aqua Theater was in terms of being like deck 5 and 6 on the stern of the ship.
It is where the boardwalk neighborhood used to be.
Yes.
This is what you're seeing, but
they
that's
Okay.
Surfside neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is higher. This is
Okay,
above
this is-
the boardwalk
okay.
area.
Right. But it's at the stern of the
Okay.
ship. Yes. Mhm.
Right. Which we're going to find out has moved.
Yes.
But,
Everything's
but
moved.
if you're wondering, hey, what's there now? Okay. This is,
You know
this
what
is
we
what's
like to
beautiful.
say is that Icon has the DNA of
Mhm.
the Oasis class ships,
Okay. Yeah.
but then it goes on from there and is its own,
It takes
design
on
in
its
many
own
ways.
life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Very sci-fi.
But as you mentioned, the Surfside neighborhood,
Mhm.
we've got the Water's Edge pool, which is
Okay.
actually located in the Surfside neighborhood, which used to be the boardwalk
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
on an Oasis
Gotcha.
class ship. So this is really where we foresee families with younger guests,
Mhm.
the children that want to spend their day in these pools, such as the Water's Edge, and also the Baby Bay and Splashaway Bay.
Awesome.
Pools. Now, you mentioned the Grove area, which is our all-suite area. So the Grove Suite is located on our sun deck, and this is
Mhm.
exclusive to our suite guests. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But since we were talking about pools, we wanted to highlight what additional pool is located up on the suite area. So here's a great way to look at all of the 7 pools that we
Mhm.
have available throughout the 5 different decks of the ship.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. It really gives you perspective
Yes, it does.
to see it. You don't have to go find the pool. You just kind of walk a little bit, a few minutes, and you'll find one.
The pool will find you.
Yes,
it will.
Right.
I
And
think-
every pool, as you can see, has a different theme and a different experience. So you really can enjoy a different pool every day of the week and have a
Mhm.
different experience.
And you hit it right there with that the pools are on 5 different decks of the
Mhm.
ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
And forward, midship, and aft, so that it flows really well. A lot of times you think, oh, I'm going to go to the pool deck.
yeah, no,
Not on Icon.
No,
Which
there is
pool
no-
do I want to go to on which deck? So
That's super cool. And also, I love the idea. I'm envisioning, I'm already thinking of the different DJs. I'm very excited about
Mhm.
this. I can imagine the one pool we have kind of the more party atmosphere, but I'm
Mhm.
thinking the one in the stern is going to have more of a house
I agree.
vibe,
Yes.
especially if you're
Just-
thinking that the adults are going to be finding that.
Mhm.
I'm already picturing my day
Yes.
rotating between the DJs.
She has it planned. She has a bathing suit for every hour.
Oh
I'm
yes,
sure.
I'll switch swimsuits depending on the
Oh.
pool and the mood.
That's
Yes,
a
perfect.
great idea.
I have to bring
Yes.
double the amount of
Yes.
suits this
Yes.
time.
Luckily, those are easy to pack. So.
Yeah. They don't take a lot of space, and we don't have any limit on the amount of luggage you can bring on board the ship,
Sweet.
unless you're flying. Then it might be a little bit more limited. You might be familiar with the Central Park boardwalk if you've been on one of our Oasis class ships in the past, but this is our beautiful Central Park. Of course, we've added more plants
More.
than an Oasis class ship with
Mhm.
over 13,000 living plants. It's going to be beautiful for just strolling through, having a cocktail, or listening to a jazz band, or going to one of the specialty restaurants located
Mhm.
there. Gorgeous area.
Well, and I want to remind people while we're on this that these are all live plants,
Yes.
and you have dedicated team to manage and care for these plants. I don't know if you can
Yes.
speak on that.
It's the horticulturists' full-time job
Mhm.
that take care of these plants and, trim them and treat them and make sure they're healthy. So when you're strolling through Central Park, you'll often see them working.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so
And
cool.
there are signs that tell you what this plant is.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a really peaceful place that's sort of an oasis during the day, and then comes alive at night. And this ship is going to have live jazz. So different Central Parks have different themes, but this one's going to have jazz, which I think is just perfect for this venue.
Yeah, it's funny to watch the horticulturists work. They use the tiniest scissors. They're just doing this little trimming all along the shrub. Like, what are you cutting off? I said, you're just looking busy for your job, But no, they're cutting little because everything is always perfect.
Yes,
always.
And I will say, it's never packed.
No.
It's really a nice retreat. So don't miss it. Spend time, take a time out of your week on your cruise and make sure you dedicate some time to say, we're going to go sit and have a coffee or dine.
Right.
Do something there, because sometimes it's already the end of the week and you realize, I never really hung out in Central Park. I should have spent more time here, because it really is an oasis, because it's never packed.
It's gorgeous. And that's true with the different neighborhoods. They are so intimate that you never feel like you're on a very large vessel. They just flow from one neighborhood to the other as you're strolling through the ship, and they really are so enjoyable. Yes.
Awesome.
Great. Let's look at some of the iconic wows.
Okay.
Now, we talked about the Aqua Theater in the back of the ship on the Oasis class ship.
Yeah.
Well, we've taken our AquaDome, or the Aqua Theater, put it in a dome and moved it to the front of the ship. It's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to include a 5-story waterfall. It's absolutely just amazing. Of course, we'll have the swimmers doing what they do best with the Olympic performing swimming team, and then the 5-story waterfall that's included, freestanding.
That's spectacular. I know every time we discuss this, I went on a 6-day cruise. I went 3 times to the Aqua show. I would have gone more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the same show. I love it.
You see something different every time. And the incredible thing here is this is going to be a different experience. We see a nighttime picture here, but during the day, the waterfall is going to be active.
Oh,
they can do shows during the day, and surrounding, which they haven't revealed yet, are restaurants, bars, and reasons to come and spend time there during the day.
That's a great addition.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact. So on an Oasis class ship, the Aqua Pool is 137,000 gallons of water. It's 17.9 feet deep.
Yeah.
It's the largest pool at sea, just based on the design of the depth and whatnot.
Yeah.
It is.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so wild. And then the stage is moving up and down.
Yeah, it's just incredible. So again, if people have loved the Aqua Theater show, they're going to love it, but they're going to see different things because it's completely redesigned.
And doesn't the enclosure give you're not going to have to cancel as much due to weather as you've had to do in the past?
Oh, correct.
Absolutely, yeah.
And even on back to the Wonder of the Seas, we enclosed the back a bit more to also allow for that. There's less wind. So that's true. This is going to allow us to do different types of shows and, won't have to worry about weather.
Same size seating or more seating for the shows?
We don't have the details on that, but I would say it's at least as large given the size of the ships. Ship.
Well, and I know that we're talking about Icon, but Wonder is out there. So we do have those questions.
Yes.
I know that you said that there's that kind of partial enclosure on the Aqua Theater on the Wonder of the Seas. Wasn't that built because the ship was originally meant for Asia for the weather? Wasn't it something to do with that?
Yeah, there was more enclosures. Not that the ship isn't open, but we did certain things knowing that it was going to go into colder climates at some time.
Right.
But that really allowed us to, again, have the shows operate without, any disruption. So, and it's beautiful too.
Oh, yeah.
Like the back part of the ship lights up at night and it's just gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. And we've got divers that are diving from a 75-foot platform and, from 75 to 50 to 35-foot platforms. We've got the entertainers that go through the slag rope across that area that are sometimes suspended 50 feet in the air on that slag rope while the ship is at sea, and the shows are at no cost. Just need to make sure that everybody is aware of that.
You got to sit at different places. So we can't talk enough about it because we love it so much. So I'll let you I love it.
Loves it.
Front row, splash zone, all the way. But we'll let Joanne talk more.
Well, speaking about entertainment, and really, I would think that the best way to describe the Royal Caribbean Entertainment is maybe 3 words. It's quality, energy, and technology. And we took technology to a whole nother level on the Wonder of the
Yes.
Seas. But we're doing the same thing with our ice skating rink, which is called Absolute Zero
Wow.
on the icon. It's going to be circular in shape this
Wow.
time. So we'll allow the entertainers to enter at a much faster speed,
Oh, yeah.
allowing them to do a lot more acrobats. Where on our other ships that have the ice skating rink, those are rectangular
Yes.
inside.
Right.
So just wait and see what we've got in store for you on this.
And it's so huge. It's
And
so big.
Look at that Royal Promenade, 15 bars, restaurants, and cafes. That is our largest promenade
it is.
ever. With and we haven't revealed what are in the what restaurants are
Stay
there. That's
tuned.
for the next broadcast.
There's more to be revealed for
Yeah.
sure.
Amazing.
No, just while we're talking about this, you also had a record when this ship was opened for sale. You were sold out in how many hours? Like 3 or 4 hours?
In the first day, for
day, yeah.
sure. Few hours.
It was a few hours.
The first sailing, then the second sailing. I mean, it exceeded our expectations.
Yes.
I mean, we've seen, when we introduce a new ship, but, Icon is a new class of ship.
Yes.
And so you think back, Oasis was introduced in 2009. And yes, all the Oasis class ships are a little bit different. Some of them are a little bit larger, but this has been in design for 6 years and a completely new design. So people were ready. And I think the timing as well, people are ready. And this has everything for families and multi-generational travel. So yes, we're thrilled with, but there's still space.
Yes.
Of course,
Still.
still.
Well, I was just
But
only
we did
I was
well.
only talking about the Maiden
Yeah,
Voyage.
it's just about sold out. Yeah.
We talked about the ship itself and some of the unique neighborhoods that it has to offer, but we haven't touched base on the different stays in the accommodations. We have 28 different categories of staterooms on the ship.
Wow.
A reason to reach out to your experts at
Yes.
Go
Yes,
Travel
absolutely.
because they will take the clutter out of what stateroom and accommodations to choose. There are 14 new categories of staterooms on the ship as well.
Yes, let your travel advisor study all this so you don't have to.
Exactly. You want to
But-
make sure you have the perfect accommodations for your family.
But Joanne's going to give us a little bit of a peek
Yeah,
today.
I'd love to. So, again, bringing the view of the ocean in, we really have designed the staterooms so that the bedding and the views are looking out of whether it's the balcony or some of the window views. You're going to see more of that. We have a new stateroom category that is called the Infinity. So this is a great view of that right here. When you look at the window view, those actually drop down midway. So you've got your balcony actually inside your stateroom, which then those windows would move up and down. You have the climate control for your comfort.
And you can break that balcony off, can't you, from the main room? Are there panel
Yes, so you
doors
can
that can
close off
shut
the
it?
balcony so that's, for sleeping purposes
And my
Oh
favorite
my gosh.
is the ultimate family townhouse suite.
I want to
Oh.
go down that slide.
Me
Not just the
too.
kids.
These are really great for families. You can see this fun slide. They sleep up to 8 guests. And in one of our ultimate families townhouse suite is located by the Surfside neighborhood. It's 3 stories in height.
Oh my
It
gosh.
has a picket fence and a mailbox. So there is an entry right from the stateroom going into Surfside neighborhood for
Wow.
the family to have easy access.
That's
Talk about
awesome.
bragging rights.
I know.
Yeah.
Right. The
Wow.
townhouse. If anybody wants the townhouse, call Go Travel and
Yes.
book it.
And then some of the other newer suites, we have these corner sunset suites, the infinity balconies we've talked about,
Beautiful.
the panoramic suites, and the panoramic ocean view, just to name a few, just to give you an idea what some of these new and unique staterooms look like for your family experience or your vacation experience.
This is not your grandmother's
Cruise ship.
stateroom.
Or stateroom, right?
It's definitely not the sovereign of the sea
No.
stateroom.
Things have changed.
One other thing about the staterooms is because the ship is larger, wider, taller, the ceiling height is higher. Now, I don't know the exact dimensions of how much higher, but it's noticeably higher,
Mhm.
so that the feeling in the room is going to be
Yeah.
larger. Not only all the windows
Great.
and views, but the height of the ceiling. So that's a really nice improvement
Yeah.
as well.
Well, especially if you're one of those people that, I don't want to get on a cruise ship.
Mhm.
I don't want to feel
That's right.
boxed
Yeah.
in.
Right.
Not only do you have this huge, amazing ship with all these neighborhoods, you don't even
Mhm.
know you're on a ship, but then
When you
even when you
feel
go in your
it's
cabin,
open, yes, you don't feel
The Wonder,
claustrophobic.
I hate jumping back, but the Wonder has that feel.
It does.
yes.
It does have
It
that.
definitely has that feel of
feel.
being a little more spacious,
Yes.
wider corridors, and
Yes. Yeah.
know, just-
Ceilings are
yeah.
higher, wider.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more open for sure.
Yeah.
And then looking at luxury accommodations, we talked about that all suite neighborhood, the Grove area.
Mhm.
And this would be perfect accommodations to stay. Look at the Royal Loft Suite and the Icon Suite, the Sunset Suite and the Infinity Grand Suite. These are absolutely beautiful accommodations. So for any guest that books a grand suite or above, will have exclusive access to the all suite neighborhood on board. Aren't they
And their
beautiful?
own royal genie.
oh,
Yes.
that's
you know,
awesome.
which is our version of a butler, but it's Royal Caribbean style,
Yeah.
and they will take care of everything for you. So
And this photo right here, which one is this one that we're looking at?
This is the Royal Loft Suite.
This is
the
the Royal
two-story
Loft
Royal
Suite.
Loft Suite. See the baby grand piano. It's a self-playing baby grand piano, but of
Oh.
course, we'll make accommodations to have a pianist to come up and play for
If
you.
we want the real thing,
Mhm.
Yes.
we can do it. That's great. Beautiful.
Again, just showing what the suite neighborhood looks like.
Mhm.
We talked about this is for grand suites and above. You can see we've got a beautiful dining area. They'll have the exclusive dining that we offer on our other suites, our other ships, which is Coastal Kitchen. This is for
Mhm.
guests that are actually junior suite and
Yes.
above, because junior suites have access to dinner in Coastal Kitchen,
Mhm.
where the other suites then have breakfast, lunch, and
Right.
dinner. They'll have these other dining options, and then the pool area that we showed you earlier. And here's another
beautiful.
a photo of the pool.
Now, I just want to bring up the concept of the suite neighborhood. So, if you haven't heard about the suite neighborhood before, let's just talk about the concept. How did you come up with the suite neighborhood, and who is it for? You were looking for a luxury, super high end experience, but you want to go with your family, and
Exactly.
they want to have everything. And this is one kind of option.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about that.
I think that's absolutely the target audience. And we've noticed, people say, oh, it's a large ship. I don't know if I can have a luxury experience, that attention to
Mhm.
detail where you have a butler or someone that, you tell your butler, I want Diet Coke. I want a birthday cake. I want you to book all my shore excursions. When you're in the star class, they take care of all that for you. And so we do see people that, might normally go on, say, a ship that's all suites, but they want to bring their family,
Mhm.
or they want the entertainment that we offer.
Right.
They want to go to Perfect Day, but they don't want to,
Yeah.
they still want their luxury. So this is our absolute biggest and most amazing suite neighborhood yet.
This is a nice retreat when you want to get away from
Yes.
everybody. This is where you go.
It is
Yeah.
a very
And for those that normally would think about a land vacation or a vacation that includes all inclusive like land,
Mhm.
this is a nice alternative to
Gotcha.
that as well, because it's
so much is
inclusive.
included.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, awesome. I love hearing more about that concept, because
Yeah.
we usually skip through it pretty
Yes.
quickly.
Mhm.
Like, oh, here's the suite neighborhood. But if you understand why it's there, you might
Mhm.
understand why it may be for
Yeah.
you.
And
I
that's
think-
on what decks is that suite retreat on? Decks
I
18
think
and
it's 3
19?
decks.
It's
17, 18, 19 or
yes,
something.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. And so much is included. So when people see the price of, say, a grand suite or higher,
Mhm.
they have to remember that things are included,
Gotcha.
such as in certain categories, complimentary Voom, which is the high-speed
Yes.
internet, and their beverage packages,
Gotcha.
gratuities. So there's a lot included.
Awesome.
Can we just talk about your Voom for a minute? I know you've just changed your supplier
Mm.
to something called Earthlink.
Starlink.
Starlink, excuse me, Starlink.
Yes.
And I noticed it when I was on
It's
the
great.
ship.
Yes.
I downloaded in less than a minute.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of our ships will have Starlink by the end of March. Most of them have it already.
Yes.
There's 3 right now that actually
think
are
that's-
yet to be
Yeah,
fitted
it's amazing.
for that. So we have that partnership now with Starlink, and it
Yep.
is so much faster
is.
connectivity.
Noticeably faster.
Yes.
So
All
can
over
we-
the ship.
And
It's
can
wonderful.
we announced that our chat to chat is now
Yes.
complimentary
Yes.
through
nice.
through
Oh.
our app. It's now
That's
a complimentary feature.
Yeah.
For as many people as you want, or is it just a certain number? You know,
I
is
think
it
you
just
just connect with
just
who
connect
you
with
want,
whoever you
and
want?
there's no
Okay.
charge for that. Yeah.
Well, and
Wow.
what is chat to chat? If you're not,
Okay,
some
yeah.
people might not know what that is.
So on the Royal app, we have the capability for guests to chat amongst each other through the app while
Mhm.
you're at sea using your phone. In the past, there was a small fee on a per person per day basis, and that's been removed now. So it's a nice way
That
for
is.
guests to connect and meet up in certain areas, and just to be able to communicate. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm up in the the chill area. Come meet me on the the pool deck. Come meet me over at Thrill Island, and we'll go down.
I'm
one
in
of
the
slides.
margarita jacuzzi.
Exactly.
Bring me another one.
Yeah.
And that also works in Perfect Day, doesn't it? Perfect Day
Yes.
Coco Cay?
Yes, our internet works on Perfect Day Island
And Labadee.
and Labadee.
So that's perfect. The chat to chat, maybe you want to escape, you want to have no Wi-Fi, you don't want the work emails, you just want to be cut
Mhm.
off, but you want to be able to communicate with your
Mhm.
group.
Yes,
so this
exactly.
is a
That's a great
beautiful
alternative
option.
because just maybe a couple people in the stateroom want the high-speed internet, but they want to connect with their kids,
Yeah.
etc. So yeah, it's a great feature.
Awesome.
Yes.
Now complimentary.
Now
Yes.
complimentary.
Yay.
We love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, Joanne, what else do we need to see here?
So I think we need to talk about the Thrill Island part of the ship. We
Yeah.
haven't talked about the thrill
No.
part of the ship. So we've talked about the chill, we talked about accommodations. The thrill is going to be just that. So if you think about Perfect Day Coco Cay, where we have the thrill or the chill there with the water park, that is what we're introducing on the icon. We
Yeah,
have a
very cool.
water park with 6 slides. So category
Wow.
6
Stop.
slides.
Yep.
And they are slides that are 460 feet long. We have
Mhm.
slides that drop 46 feet. We have slides that are with a raft that can hold up to 3 people. It is going to be
Yep.
one of the best parts of the ship.
It's
for-
called Category 6, 6 slides, and that's 3 more slides than on the Wonder of the Seas.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's
Yeah.
just fun for everybody.
Now, I do have to ask you ladies, have you guys done the slides on the Wonder of the Seas?
Some of them.
And over at Perfect Day, that I have gone
Have
on
you gone
every
on the
single
really-
slide
Oh,
over at
Look at
Perfect
you.
Day.
braver than
And
I.
at Perfect Day, we have the tallest water slide in North America,
Yes.
which is 135 feet tall. It's about 223 steps
Yeah.
to get to the top. And I had my grandson with me. And of course, I was challenged to go
Oh,
up
yeah.
that slide at least 5 times in a row. But
Oh.
what a great opportunity
great.
for this ship and all of our ships to take your grandchildren, to take your kids, to have those family reunions, to take your other groups.
Mhm.
There's something for everyone.
See, I'm glad to hear that the Royal Caribbean representatives are doing their homework. They're not coming and talking about things. They're actually doing it. They know.
Absolutely.
This is
I mean,
amazing.
it's part of the job, right? We have to go on the
True.
slides.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's those steps that kill me, though, in Coco. Perfect Day.
Yes, a lot of steps. I
Coming
agree
down
with
is
you, Bob.
wonderful, but getting up there, ooh.
So we've talked about a lot of exciting things on the ship
Yes.
today. A lot of the reveals, but we have more to come.
Awesome.
We're going to talk more about the dining, the entertainment, the family programming. So stay tuned because we are really excited for what we
Yeah.
have.
We've only revealed about 30% of the ship,
Oh,
It's
truly. And all we've talked about today.
you just
The entertainment, the dining, some of the intricacies and details in all the
Mhm.
neighborhoods haven't been revealed yet.
amazing. And
you're going to
and
come
you-
back though, aren't you, to
We
help us
will
with
be
the
happy
reveals
to
in the
come back and
future?
talk about that. But we've talked so much about the ship. We haven't even talked about where the ship is going to sail from
Ooh,
or
right.
to.
That's right.
let's talk about it.
So the ship is going to be out of Miami, as you
Mhm.
mentioned earlier, in January of 2024. She's going to do 7-night cruises round trip Miami. We have 2 7-night itineraries that Eastern Caribbean that will alternate from each other.
Mhm.
We've got the first one, which will be St. Thomas, St. Martin, and Perfect Day. And by the way, every itinerary calls on Perfect Day, Coco Cay on
Amazing.
the icon of the sea.
So if you haven't had enough slides,
Yes.
you get more.
You can have more. Yeah. Or
Exactly.
you can chill over at the island as well. The other Eastern Caribbean will be St. Thomas and St. Kitts and Perfect
Nice.
Day. And then we have the Western Caribbean, which is Roatan, Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Perfect Day. So a great itinerary choices on the icon, as well as the other ships that we have in the fleet. 26 ships in the fleet. This will be 27. We cover the globe, 180 different destinations. Just amazing.
Bob, let's talk about some of the top deals that Go Travel has if you're ready to book.
Well, let's start with the Maiden Voyage.
Yes.
First off, you can't book on it in a standard cabin.
It's nothing left.
Nothing left. We happen to have several balcony cabins left in Surfside for a price of $19.78 a person. Now, if you're looking at comparable, the closest available cabin is a junior suite, and that is $7,025 a person. So if you want to go on it, give us a call. We have some cabins left in our allotment. And just when I'm speaking of allotment, let me just say, through our relationship with Royal Caribbean, we have a good number of group space available. As a matter of fact, we have over 1,400 groups available at prices that we formed when space just came out.
In our inventory.
Yeah. So we have some substantial savings on probably 75% of the sailings that Royal Caribbean's having. And I'm going to go over a few more with you.
But we're just picking a few of our favorites today. Yes, for Icon.
I'm picking holiday times. February 10th, which is the third sailing of the ship. It's an Eastern Caribbean to St. Thomas, St. Martin, and Coco Cay. Ocean View Balcony, if you book it with Royal Caribbean, it is a non-refundable deposit. It is $21.38 a person. Our price.
That's great.
You can spend that on specialty dining and your drinks. Next, May 25th, which is Memorial Day. Western Caribbean, Honduras, Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Coco Cay. Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We have two categories. We have interior, Royal Caribbean price $14.74. Our price is $11.79.
Nice savings.
Ocean View Balcony on that same sailing from Royal Caribbean, $24.39. Our price $16.09.
Wow.
Our price is refundable. So if something happens and you're outside of final payment, you can get your deposit back. The prices I'm quoting as current are the non-refundable deposits, which have penalties associated if you cancel or change the dates. And let's look at our good seller. We always sell the heck out of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
November 23rd of 24. It's not too early to book. We've already sold 8 cabins out of our allotment. But interior prices from Royal Caribbean, $14.74. Our price, $11.79. But the balcony is a special. Ocean View Balcony, 2019 from Royal Caribbean. Our price, $13.29.
Fantastic.
Those prices don't include taxes or gratuities. But we're talking, just looking at some of the groups we have on the icon, we have $1,000 or more on certain sailings and savings.
Yeah.
Yes. But get it while we still have the inventory, because we only have a limited number of cabins on each of those sailings. So if you're thinking about it, especially those holidays, this is the ultimate family experience.
Yes.
I mean, couples and adults have fun too, but
size and type,
especially if you're looking for those specific dates when the kids are out of school and you know get it early, because you don't want to be one of those last minute ones where you've promised the family something and then oopsie, we've had a few of those calls recently that we're trying to save them.
We mentioned in the beginning that there's 28 categories. So having the experts at Go Travel decide and help you decide what itinerary, not only the ship, but the itinerary and the different categories that you need that's going to be the perfect experience for your family.
Yes.
That's what you bring along with these amazing price advantages.
Yes. Yeah. When you look at, if you go online and look, okay, this is a 1D, this is a 2D, this is a 5D, this is a 4D, this is a 1C, this is a 1A. What the heck does that mean? Come to us. We have the Rosetta Stone that translates. We know what they are.
And we have these ladies on speed dial.
Yes,
we have a problem.
We do. Joanne, can you help us?
Help. Yes. But thank you guys so much for coming today and just discussing Icon. There's so much to this ship, and there's so much more than what you can just see in a brochure or on the website. Yes. We really need to dive in, and we got to see more, and I can't wait to see the next reveals.
Yes, they're coming soon. Maybe in a couple months we'll start to reveal more, and we're happy to come back.
Yes, of course, Vicky on her special chats with agents sometimes lets things slip out by accident, but that's all right. We don't mind.
You'll be the first to know.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Well, if you're thinking of booking your next Royal Caribbean cruise, please give your Go Travel specialist a call. Visit us at gotravel.com if you'd like us to connect with you with a specialist based on your special requests. We can't wait to get you booked on your next cruise with Royal Caribbean. So until next week, bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.